In the course of a bankruptcy case, there may be a time when the Office of the United States Trustee, which is the arm of the Department of Justice that handles bankruptcy cases, or one of your creditors in the case has additional questions that they want to ask you. If that happens and there's not specific litigation involved, it's something we call a Rule 2004 examination. If you're involved in litigation, it's simply referred to as a deposition. In either case, the procedure is the same. The person that wants information from you will be asking you questions, and it will be necessary for you to give answers to those questions. More often than not, the person asking the questions is not trying to trick you. They're trying to get information. So when sitting for a deposition or a Rule 2004 examination, it's most important to listen to the question that's being asked, to make sure you think about what the question means, and then to provide an answer. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to make sure you understand the question, because if you answer something that you think is the question and it's really not, you're going to be providing information that could be viewed as being misleading. It happens in depositions all the time, and people are always afraid to say they don't understand the question because they feel like they'll be looked at as being foolish or not being smart enough, but that's not the case. If there's a deposition and you're asked a question, make sure you answer the question. At a deposition, there will usually be someone recording everything that the person asking the questions has to say and recording the answers that you have to give. While it starts as a formal process, it becomes a very informal, conversational type process as you go along, and for that reason, you seem to forget that you're involved in a deposition and you think that you're just having a conversation with somebody. And when that happens, you do things like shaking your head yes for a question or shaking your head no. That's okay because the person sitting across from you knows what you're saying and they can see your response, but the person taking down the information will then be preparing a transcript, a piece of paper that has all the questions that were asked and all the answers. And while you and I can see yourself shaking your head, the piece of paper can't reflect that. You'll be reminded about this process at the deposition, and we'll prepare you in advance so that you know what to expect. But the general principle about depositions is to make sure you listen to the question, think about what's being asked, take a moment, and answer the question. A lawyer will be there to assist you, and we're sure that as scary as the deposition process may seem before you go into it, by the time you're finished, you realize it's not as bad as you thought it was going to be.